caught Delilah and I working on my requiem. There's Thomas.
The fires seem to be putting themselves out.
What about the toxic fumes, Thomas? Don't forget about the toxic fumes!
Guess I have to get a gas mask then.
What was that?
Nothing. What song was that you were singing, Delilah?
It's the In Paradisum from the Requiem Adam's writing. I've been meaning to ask. Adam?
Yes, Delilah?
Who are you writing this Requiem for?
Hello? Speaking. Uh-huh. Oh. I see. Is there nothing at all? Okay. Bye.
Who was that?
That was the metaphorical voice of planet Earth. She's sick with fever, some kind of viral infection.
Is she going to be alright?
Don't worry, Delilah. She has a long life ahead of her.
It's the virus that should be worried.
Speaking of viruses, friends, let's talk about why it is most of you will be alive to see the collapse of civilization.
What?
I'm joking, Delilah. Actually, it's much worse than that.
Worse?
Sure! And to help me explain why, we need to listen to this sound.
What's making that terrible noise?
That's feedback, Delilah. And to understand what it is, you need to know how a microphone works. A microphone turns the waves of sound into electrical current that travels through a wire and into an amplifier that gives it a jolt, and then into a speaker that vibrates the air, turning it back into sound waves. But if the speaker's too close, the microphone will pick up its own amplified sound waves, thus creating a positive feedback loop. And that's how global warming works. Think of the sound waves as heat.
You mean global warming could take on a life of its own?
It already has, Delilah. Climate feedback loops have been ramping up for decades.
In what ways?
Well, warmer air absorbs more water vapor, itself a greenhouse gas, and accelerates the evaporation of even more water vapor into the increasingly warmer air, which has been thawing the Arctic permafrost, allowing the 1,400 gigatons of carbon stored there to be released into an already saturated atmosphere, creating more melting and even more warming, punishing the planet with an avalanche of heat that could spell extinction for our species.
Extinction?
Earth's atmosphere is a fragile wisp of chemicals that for millennia contained a Goldilocks amount of naturally occurring greenhouse gases that kept the planet's climate relatively temperate. But ever since the middle of the 19th century, over 900 gigatons of excess greenhouse gases have been released into that wisp, setting off innumerable positive feedback loops that are amplifying the degradation of the biosphere. And as the planet is pushed past its tipping point, our civilization will endure an environment that's increasingly hostile to human life, escalating conflicts over dwindling resources, and the destabilizing effects of mass climate migration.
But if we acted now, we could escape that fate, right?
At present, there is no worldwide effort to stave off the worst case scenario of a 3 to 5 degree rise in temperatures by 2100, Delilah.
What would be necessary to prevent that?
The end of capitalism incentivized the saving of the world over profits. Over profits. Over profits. Replaced with an economic model designed to pursue the well-being of all humankind, not just the privileged few.
Is that even possible?
No, Delilah. But I hold out hope that if there are any survivors after the collapse of civilization, they'll build from the ashes a more harmonious and empathetic world.
And all of this is going to happen in my lifetime?
But you won't be alone, Delilah.
I won't?
Of course not. I'll be with you.
Can we sing that Slicing Through Angels song?
One Slicing Through Angels song coming right up.
fields of